They've all got out and talked to me. And I called back and I said, thank you so much. I said, and the girl on the phone said, it's not a woman, it's a man. And I said, really? I couldn't, She went to Walmart, we went home and going, this 4 o'clock. I was still sitting there. Yeah. Yes. They waited all day. That was crazy.
Okay, thank you so much.
Good evening. Thank you everyone for showing. This is the 1565th regular meeting of the Board of Aldermen of the City of St. Anne, Missouri, held at City Hall on Monday, November 6, 2023 at 7 p.m. Alderman Crony, would you like to lead the board and audience in the pledge?
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And I have a moment of silence, please, for a Jack Shredwood, who is the founder of St. Anne Helpers. Thank you, everyone. Okay, Matt, roll call.
Alderman Dirk is on BS.
Okay. I want to inform the audience, the agendas and public speaker cards are available in the back of the room. If a resident would like to address the board during the public comment section of the agenda, please fill out a speaker card and have it ready. I want to remind everyone that the meeting of the Board of Aldermen and public comments will be entertained during the specific time set aside in the agenda. And we'll start out with public comments on agenda items. Does anyone have a public comment on an agenda item? Seeing none. At this time, I'd like to move on to our appointments. Number one, the first thing we have up is the appointment of William G. Buckles as our new presiding judge. Judge, would you like to stand so everyone can, wherever you are? Any motion, please?
Second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Judge, congratulations, and please thank you for what you do. And in our second appointment, or it's not an appointment, it's a proclamation. This time we would like to honor the retirement of presiding Judge Sean O'Hagan. To the city. And on the proclamation, if you'd like to turn around. Whereas the citizens of the city of St. Anne and the surrounding community have benefited from the knowledge, skills, and leadership of Judge Sean O'Hagan, who has presided over the St. Anne Municipal Court and the St. Anne Consolidated Municipal Court Divisions of the 21st Judicial Circuit of the state of Missouri from September 1999 to October 2023. And whereas Judge Sean O'Hagan served the city of St. Anne as prosecuting attorney from September 1985 to September 1999. And whereas Judge Sean O'Hagan has been married for 50 years to Mary Ruth O'Hagan and has 3 children and 8 grandchildren with whom he enjoys spending his free time. And whereas Judge Sean O'Hagan has demonstrated a sense of deep responsibility, pride, and doing the right thing throughout his life and career, whether for his family, community, or the city of St. Anne. And whereas Judge Sean O'Hagan retired on October 31st, 2023, after more than 38 years of commendable service to the city of St. Anne, I'm an emotional person. Now therefore, I, Amy Pelker, Mayor of the city of St. Anne, Missouri, do hereby proclaim November 6, 2023, as Judge Sean O'Hagan Day in the city of St. Anne.
Thank you, Mayor Pelker. I would like to begin with Mayor Rehagen, who appointed me as the prosecutor, and the Board of Aldermen confirmed me at that time. And then Mayor Buckeye appointed me as judge, and the board confirmed me, and all these subsequent mayors and boards who confirmed me as judge to allow me to serve the city of St. Anne and its citizens. I've had a wonderful time and met wonderful people. I'm gonna have to figure out what to do on Tuesday nights. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Mayor. Very kind. Thank you.
At this time, I need the approval for the minutes of 9/25/23 and 10/2/23 meetings, please. All in favor? Opposed? Okay. Introduction of bills and resolutions. First reading of bill number 3423, an ordinance authorizing the city administrator to enter into an agreement with Golf Now for golf course management software. Second reading of bill number 3423, an ordinance authorizing the city administrator to enter into an agreement with Golf Now for golf course management software. Tim, would you like to explain golf?
I'm sorry. Yeah, we just wanted to, we've been working on a bit of an antiquated system for a while, and most of the courses in the area have a online system now that drives more revenue and more new people to the course and in the area. And I just felt that it'd be good at this time for the city to move forward with the online management program and introduce the course a little bit more to people coming in from out of town. We're so close to the airport and just people in the area, and then we're able to build a database and market the course a little bit more than it's being marketed now.
Very good. I noticed as of the September budget, we're break even on the budget for golf this year. Very good. Does the board have any questions?
Sounds like a good idea.
Jim, you thought anything about expanding that to 18 holes instead of 9?
I have not looked into that yet, Mr. Parks.
He said CNM Park.
That's all the questions I got, thank you.
Thank you. All right, I need a first and a second, please.
So moved.
Second?
All right, Matt, roll call.
Asinger,
Aye.
Marino,
Aye.
Jerk. Sparks,
Yes?
Murphy. Yes. Jimenez,
Yes.
Crony. Yes. Shy.
Yes.
Okay, bill number 3423 becomes ordinance number 3330.
3340. 3330 or 3340?
3330.
30, thanks. Ordinance.
Yeah. Okay, number 2, first reading of bill number 3424. An ordinance authorizing the city administrator to enter into an agreement with Interface Flooring for carpet tiles. Second reading of bill number 3424. An ordinance authorizing the city administrator to enter into an agreement with Interface Flooring for carpet tiles. Mac?
Yes, this is the first stage of putting some money back into the interior of this building. This building is 23 years old since it was last redone in 2002. 2002 was when it started on the project. So the carpet is well over 20 years old. We have offices that the carpet is just worn out. You can see the underlayment on the floor. So these are carpet squares. This is the same carpet squares that we installed when we renovated the community center. That carpet has held up really well. So next year we will start renovating each the offices, and as we pull everything out of the offices, we'll rip up the carpet, the flooring, and put the new carpet squares in.
As I understand it, if one square goes bad, it can be easily replaced with one.
Yep.
Board, any questions?
Now, do these tiles just split straight up and the other one just straight back down?
Well, they use there's special adhesive that is made for carpet squares, so it holds them in place, but it's not permanent, so you can take it out.
Okay.
So
I've seen them in different people, residents, they use a lot in laundromats, et cetera. Not in laundromats, but in their laundry area in their home.
this is exactly the same as we got down at the community center, so over by the weight room, the cardio room, that flooring that's in there, the black carpet,
Okay.
that's gonna be predominantly, that's gonna be the color we're gonna use in this building because it's dark.
Okay.
It won't show,
Wear and dirt.
yeah, when we get into this room, we probably will go with brown because everything here is brown. But the rest of the building, almost all the walls are grayish, and just the corner bumpers on all the corners are gray plastic, so this will be black with the exact same carpet as down at the community center.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, anything else? Okay, I'll take a first and a second motion, please.
First, second?
You gonna do both?
You can only do one.
Okay. All right, thank you, guys. Matt, roll call, please.
Asinger,
Aye.
Marino,
Aye.
Dirk, Sparks,
Yes?
Murphy,
Yes.
Jimenez,
Yes.
Crony,
Yes.
Shy.
Yes.
Thank you. Bill number 3424 becomes ordinance number 3331. Okay, first reading of bill number 3425, an ordinance authorizing the city administrator to enter into a proposal for heating units with Scott Lee Heating and Cooling. Second reading of bill number 3425, an ordinance authorizing the city administrator to enter into a proposal for heating units with Scott Lee Heating and Cooling.
This is for the truck shed that sits behind the Public Works facility down at the street department area. The heaters that are in there are two of them. They were originally equipment in the building, so they're 20 plus something years old. But Brian was in preschool when they were installed.
I'm gonna let you figure it
Yeah,
out.
yeah. So, those will be replaced, and we have, like, last month we had the lighting. This is the heaters. This is all coming from, we took a loan out for these type of improvements 3-4 years ago. So this is the last of that money, so it's not impacting the current budget.
How's the lighting working? Good?
We haven't got that
Yeah,
done.
we got the,
Not yet.
I thought you just said we got it done last month.
No, we ordered it.
Yeah.
Good luck trying to get it in. And it's not like your old time, Ivan, where they show up the next day to install. It doesn't work that way.
Okay, so does the board have any questions?
Second.
Okay, first, second, done. Matt, roll call.
Singer,
Aye.
Marino,
Aye.
Dirk, Sparks,
Yes?
Murphy,
Yes.
Jimenez,
Yes.
Crony,
Yes.
Shy.
Yes.
Thank you. Bill number 3425 becomes ordinance number 3332.
thank you.
I don't know why we just don't let you freeze, Ryan.
This week it wouldn't be so bad.
No, I wouldn't, would it? First reading of bill number 3426, an ordinance authorizing the city administrator to enter into an agreement with the Rittner School District for 2 school resource officers. Second reading of bill number 3426, an ordinance authorizing the city administrator to enter into an agreement with the Rittner School District for 2 school resource officers. Chief, you wanna talk about this one?
Sure. Community board, mayor, we used to have 4 school resource officers. We had 1 at Hake and 3 up at the high school. So we actually were giving them 2 for basically free out of our budget. Doing very good to the Redder community. They actually did not want us to have an extra one this year, so we actually took that officer, brought him back. We're planning on using that officer for already the traffic division, where you saw the white Durango, and then also we're going to be adding another detective up in the detective bureau. We're having a little bit more crime than what we did not expect, basically. This year, unfortunately, in the homicide too, that took a lot of resources. So that being said, we only have 2 now at the high school, and then we will have 1 at the middle school. And then obviously our DARE officer is paid for by the city. Pattonville does not pay anything, but after the Sandy Hook incident, we took no chances whatsoever, and that officer is at that elementary school, at Drummond Elementary School. So a passion of mine in our community that we never have an incident like that. That being said, I think the finances, Matt can talk to you about that. The price is the
It's salary and benefits
same.
for 2 full-time police officers, so that's, it's close to $80-something thousand, depending on what the health insurance they have.
So, mind you, just wanna make sure everybody knows this, Ritter High School is actually in St. John's venue and a little bit in Breckenridge. It speaks volumes that we are there doing the police security for a reason, so we'd like to keep that up because we do have students that are from Ritter or from St. Anne that are going there, so that's really important to us to keep that good community policing and using our police officers there to make a good impact for our community still. So you guys approve this, obviously it's necessary, it's always been a passion of mine for us to stay up there, and Ritter recognizes that too, the job.
Well, and I want to remind the audience, because some of these may not know, that election we held where we asked the residents if they wanted to maintain their officers and so forth in the schools. This is what it was all about, making sure that we could afford it after the SB5 stuff came through.
That's right, Mayor. Thank
They
you.
all voted by 61% to keep you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, man. Thank you.
All right, does the board have any questions?
No.
All right, first and a second, please.
So moved.
Matt, roll call.
Basinger,
Aye.
Marino,
Aye.
Dirk, Sparks,
Yes.
Murphy,
Yes.
Jones,
Yes.
Crony,
Yes.
Shy.
Yes.
Bill number 3426 becomes ordinance number 3333.
Thanks, Board.
Thank you. Okay, I need the approval for monthly reports and warrant list. Any questions? Want to get a first and a second?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Passed. All right, at this time, I want to entertain public comment for non-agenda item. Yes, Chief?
Mayor, is there any way that we can swap those out, the sewer lateral program prior to?
Two public comments?
Would
Yeah.
you mind?
No problem. All right, Alderman Dirk, sewer lateral program, you are up.
Sorry, everyone, that I wasn't able to be there. I was just hoping that we could collect a little bit more data, exactly as where we are currently, where we've been historically with this program, just to make sure that we're not fully looking into this for the best interest of our residents, because we went from being able to cover like an 80-20, and how it didn't matter how high it went, that we would be able to, this fund was covering that. Now we're only at $4,000 max, so if we had some sort of situation where one of these did cost $20,000, that, you know, a resident would be potentially on the hook at somewhere around $16,000, and I'm thinking of, you know, somebody had maybe, you have a widowed mother who just passed away, so the husband, you know, had died of COVID, has 3 kids, and has an over-mortgaged house. I mean, how are they supposed to be able to afford to be able to pay this to stay in their home? So I'm just looking for some very basic information that I'm hoping that we can, you know, as a city, we would do our due diligence and look into these things. But the total amount of questions is quite a large list, because we really want to understand the full beginning and the intermediate and where we are currently. So the things that I was looking for is the cost for each repair that we currently have right now for this year, how many have been identified within the city that have not yet to apply because they possibly can't afford $1,000 just in application fees, but also ones from previous years where we've identified that there's either a leak or a break, and, you know, the city is aware of it. There's been bids that have been taken. I'm just trying, if we do have that information, if we could please be able to provide it. How many liens do we currently have on houses that did fail to get something done, if there is any number and such, that we actually needed to put a lien on the house because of it, to cover the cost. There is, how much should we spend for any and all of our years? And I'm trying to see, because Dan made a good point, like how many of these addresses, I mean, if they already had a repair, these are point repairs, so I'd like us to, because of how the industry works now as far as TV and these inspections being done, and they're doing a hydro flush, they're actually doing a little bit of damage. They're always going to do a little bit of damage. Doesn't matter what type of technology you use when you're cleaning the sewer lateral lines. But, you know, when you're doing a hydro flush and you're ripping out the seals in between each and every single one of them, and you're doing a point repair for 5 to 10 feet, every single one of those joints now have a very much higher possibility of starting to leak. So I'd also like to be able, if we can go back and look at all those addresses for each reported year, and then I'll do the math. I'll do the Excel. Just if we can just get the data, I can put it all together for you. So also, how much did we take in each year from the beginning as far back as we can go? And then how much did we spend in each and every year? Then how much did we actually charge our residents per year? Because some people don't realize that, yes, our city did try to do everything we could to save them money every single year, and that is a primary and secondary, third, whatever type of reason as to why there isn't money in this particular fund. So at the end of it, yeah, years, addresses, the amount for each address, if you can get the actual quoted amount. The other part that I would like to look at, because we did change this in April, and I know we're trying to get out of the hole of the $100,000 deficit from last year. So my question is if there is any other ability for us to be able to give credit back to any of the people that did overspend over the $4,000. I know it's something that we just maybe considered. I'm not saying that we need to do it or anything else, but I mean, if we could reimburse these people, how much money would we have currently left in the fund over if we had the old ordinance in place? So those are just the main components. The other parts that I see is, there's a possibility that we could be doing a lot more for our city, and possible another way to pay for some of this that we currently are not. I mean, you have cities in the state of Missouri that do cover the entire right-of-way. Okay, the homeowner doesn't have any responsibility, and depending on whose interpretation it is, that is not their lane. That we have a lateral that runs under it, and if it causes a break in that right-of-way area, I mean, some people could say that, no, that's the city's responsibility, okay? So, and at that point, could we use our citywide TDD? I'm not looking for an answer, but there should be some other sort of possibility for us to explore, because I know that, if there was a problem, we're putting a lien against our house and things of that nature. I mean, and that's where these things get really expensive, is when you start replacing slabs of concrete and things of that nature. And I just cannot stress to everyone enough how much of a burden this is going to put on to somebody else. All these years, since the very first year, we've covered, from what I believe, it was an 80-20 for anything over 10, or it might have been 12,000. I mean, we need to look back at those records. But I know since I've been on board, and almost 8 years, I've been asking for us to put this to the people, take a look at this data, take a look at these very numbers, and put it to the people to vote. And I'm starting to, get a little bit concerned that, we changed things. They asked us not to change it, leave it alone, multiple times. And every time I'll vote to change it, but I went along with you guys, and all of us thought that we were doing the right thing, and maybe we were, but right now we have a bigger issue. Costs are going up. We can also potentially fund some of our resources from our city and our street department and get this work and the concrete work done at a lot cheaper price than we can contract these out. If we have this fund, it's only $1.88 per month more per resident, and that's less than people are spending for their insurance plan on their cell phone that costs less than $1,000 or maybe $2,000. I'd be willing to spend another $1.88 per month to cover something that might cost me $16,000, and it's underground, and it's not even that high rate's going to come on something that doesn't even cover my property. It's in the public right of way, which belongs to the city. That's we're supposed to maintain that on the city level. So I'm just asking us to pull the data and take a look at it, and I appreciate everybody taking the time and listening to what I'm doing. So that's all I have.
Thank you, Alderman Dirk. I'm under the understanding that the board isn't interested in taking another tax to the people, so at this time what I want to do is poll the board and ask them if they're interested in
Amy, before you
going further with this.
Before you poll the board, I would like you to put this data in front of everyone. Put the data. Are you going to ask? You can't ask the board
Alderman
if they
Dirk.
don't have the information.
Alderman Dirk,
If they do not have the information,
Alderman
I
Dirk.
don't think that's the right thing.
This information is open and available for you to do your own homework on and bring it before the board, versus utilizing city resources, which costs the citizens money to do this work. So I will poll the board to see if they're interested in doing it at this time. If they're interested, then there'll be further discussion. If they're not, it's the end of the discussion.
How would you
The
get
end.
the information? How much each lateral costs?
Alderman Dirk, you are out of order. Alderman Murphy, would you like to discuss this further?
No.
Alderman Jimenez?
No.
Alderman Crowley? Alderman Shaw.
I have some questions.
So there's a yes. And Alderman Sparks.
I'd like to give more information as far as one thing he said, the few dollars to cover in case some say.
Okay, so at this time, the majority of the board does not want to discuss this further. So we're gonna put it to rest. Alderman Dirk, you're more than welcome to go through all the records of the city and get this information yourself.
I'm not gonna pull all this information, but I will bring it up at the next committee meeting, Madam Mayor. Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right. At this time, we'd like to move on to public comment of non-agenda items. Does anyone in the public have anything they'd like to come up and speak about?
I just wanted to introduce these ladies. They're from Tower of Hope Ministries, and they want to hold an event in T. Meyer Park, so I just want to have them introduce themselves and kind of tell you where they're from and what event they want to have, and they want to bring their event to St. Anne's, so I thought it'd be nice of them to express what they want to do with the city.
Welcome, thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having us. My name is Dr. Dora Washington, and I am the founder and CEO of Tower of Hope Ministries. I experienced some most complex childhood trauma, and as an adult, I didn't understand how that impacted me as a child, and certainly didn't understand the long-term consequences of it and how it affects not just me, but everyone around me. So having said that, I have been studying. I did my study on childhood trauma, and it talked about the importance of activity and physical activity when it comes to healing and wholeness. And so we are interested in hosting an activity at your park, and I certainly hope that is something we can do here in the St. Anne community. Kia, would you like to have one?
Well, hello. Thank you all for having us. My name is Shakia Reed. I am a student leader in Tower of Hope Ministries, and because of this woman right here and everything that she's been through and everything that she's coaching myself and others through, I've been able to overcome a lot of my childhood traumas and just really walk into learning about exercise, physical exercise, emotional, mental, relational exercises that help us overcome those adversities, right? And so, yeah, this is my mentor, and I am now pursuing my degree, following in her footsteps.
Is this a one-time activity that you want to do, or what is it?
Yes, so what we are looking to partner with you guys on is a 5K run walk, where we invite people from the community to, of course, learn about the effects of childhood trauma, but also get active in knowing that healing is possible, overcoming those childhood traumas are possible, just one step or one jog or one skip at a time.
So to answer your question, it is this year. It is this year. It's a one-time thing. So we won't be asking again until next year. If this is 2025, if this is something that is beneficial for this community and as well as us, perhaps we can do this again, and we'll see you back here again with you guys
We
and
would
the
like to
difference
do
we
it
made in
Wonderful.
this community.
Great.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea, board.
What are you thinking about?
Go ahead.
The tentative date, if should you all agree, would be August the 3rd. That is the first Saturday in August of 2024. Yes.
Mayor, board too, and I want to make sure the community knows this. Their letter that came in when Tim talked to me about this, we had already told him that you have 100% support of the police department. So, and you know, there's a lot of police officers who go into police work because they've gone through trauma.
Yeah.
Very much respect that. Welcome to our community. You have an excellent mayor and a board up here, and every one of these people are going to support you. So, good job to Tim, street department, and everyone from Brooke and Bobby. You're going to have a really good support here. So, kudos to both.
Yes, kudos.
So nice.
Thank you.
You would not believe the amount of advertising we can get out for you as well. So as soon as you have a flyer together, make sure I get a copy of it.
Yes.
And we will be posting it every month, every other week, as it gets closer, to make sure that the word gets out.
Okay. Yes, ma'am,
Definitely
yes.
make sure.
So the run's gonna be in the park only, or?
The run is gonna take place in T. Meyer Park. Yes, we plan depending on, fundraising and sponsorships, depending on how much space we will need and how much, are allotted to us, because of you guys.
No, it's fine. I was just wondering, I mean, because if you need to go into any of the neighborhoods or anything like that, we can assist on, blocking the streets and doing stuff like that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we could talk to the chief of police about that. This is our first time doing it. We've just gotten an outpour of support. We pray that you all will certainly come out, if nothing else, wave at us, but certainly do whatever you can do, and we are looking for, and if we can do anything for you, we travel, we speak, we teach, we train, communities, organizations on trauma, churches, whatever you need us to do, we will be glad to assist police officers. We've done many, so just let us know.
Yeah, I just came from a gala this weekend for Life in a Bag, and that's another organization that our police department works with. And the stories were heart-wrenching that they had to go through to get where they're at today, and I just really want to support stuff like that.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Russell. Thank you so much, Mayor. Thank you, Chief of Police. Thank you so much, Board and community. Thank you.
Any other public comments? Watch Bucket?
Oh, yeah.
She forgot she wanted to say something. That's not like her.
We will definitely, Watch Bucket can be the turnaround point, social emotional learning. I'm finishing my doctorate in college and career readiness, where social emotional learning is something that we're doing, so we got you. I'm coming because I do have something, we have the food truck that you guys so approved, right? And if you guys know anything about me and my husband by now, we're always thinking of something to do. The next thing is we have 3 different slushy bars, so we would like to add alcoholic slushy to the food truck, right? So there are 3 communities out here that is doing that. It's Soulard, there is over there by Lawrence Hospital, and in St. Charles. And what they sell is alcoholic slushies. So you can have a strawberry vodka slushie. And we'll just add it to the food truck. So the days that we were thinking is the same days, just the hours will be a little bit longer to 9 o'clock. We will also have non-alcoholic slushies too. I put a proposal together. No kids will be working on the food truck because they can't work food trucks anyway because there's a certain age limit. So we don't have to worry about that. There will be proper cups. We will also still need to get approved by St. Louis County for the health department. It will be single drink cups. It would be, I did have my phone because I was going to give you examples of what the liquor could be, right? If you like strawberry with vodka and lemonade and raspberry and all that type of stuff, right? So that would just be added to that. Fridays, we would still open up at 11. We would still serve the food, but food would stop being served at 5:30. And you can walk from your homes because we all stay in St. Anne, right? And get a liquor slushie by 9 o'clock and then it's done. We will still have to get approved. If you guys approve the liquor license, then we would still have to go through the board, still have to go through the proper channels to make sure that we are secure.
State and city.
State and city. So you guys would have to say yes on your level, and then we would still have to fill out the paperwork for the state level for them to approve. So, and then also the health board. So nothing really changes, is that I'm just adding slushies to the food. That's it. So I hope you guys say yes about it.
I think you have a meeting with Bob in a couple of weeks, right?
Yeah,
I
that's
do.
on the P&Z.
Yep, I do. So I wanted to talk to you guys about that, something that we're doing. And thank you guys for supporting us too. Let's just say that you guys have been awesome since we came into the community. And we like the community, so.
I have a question regarding your food truck.
Oh, go right ahead.
Is it gonna be facing the way it's facing now, or are you gonna have it flipped the other way so that they can walk from your parking lot to the window?
So they're gonna be able to walk from the parking lot to the window. So the food truck would actually move.
Okay.
So that spot, it will go up against the building.
where they would be able to walk up towards the food truck and get their services off of it.
Where it was, because there's just a little bit of space, and I'm like,
I know. So we still have to get it wrapped, and St. Louis County takes 60 days just to come out. You know, they're nothing. 60 days before they even come look at it, and it's not promised 60 days, right?
They say it's the community's fault when things don't get done.
Yes, yeah. I think it's just me personally, because I've talked and asked all kind of questions, if you guys know me by now. So it'll be 60 days. So we were thinking beginning of the year anyway, people will be able to walk up. We will have one side of our lot. We already have one section that's cut off, but the other side that's facing Old St. Charles Rock Road, we will definitely put cones there. Because we have traffic that just zooms through the lot. I don't understand why they can't stop at the stop sign. That bothers me so much. So that will be blocked off too for safety reasons, for customers that will come up when the food truck opens up, so.
Mayor and the city admin board, I wanna make sure the community knows, Michelle did an awesome job for her and her husband. They actually called, we put her in contact with the liquor agent, Norris, who actually used to work here, retired from St. Peter's, now he's a liquor control agent, only 4. He responded very quickly, told her exactly what she needed to do. So I want to commend her once again that she cares enough to make those certain contacts and calls. And so rest assured, you got 0 problems with any liquor control period at that place. And I can tell you that when we did have an issue, when Bob and I talked about it, Michelle was the first one to make a change and address what you guys needed to do. So just want to make sure that you can do that, Mayor and board.
Thank you. And Tim, after the meeting, she and I want to talk to you too.
Yes, because we always come up with stuff, right? Because we're a community.
Anything
Any
else?
questions, anybody? Anything?
All right.
No, yes. All right.
Thanks, Michelle.
Thank you. Chief, did you have something?
Anybody else?
Think we're good?
Anyone? No. Okay. Joe Keneally, where you at? Come on up here. So I wanted to make sure, we're gonna give a letter of accommodation to Joe Keneally. Joe Keneally has been here, Officer Keneally, for a long time, helped out with the businesses and so on. And many of you already know him. Ivan, I know you know him pretty well too. He's helped you out a lot. This is the house in question, what we're talking about on St. Gregory, 3610, 3612, there's 12, that duplex here. And I want to make sure I'm holding that up for you. And actually, you know what? You hold that for now. I'm going to read this story, but this letter of accommodation is to Joseph Keneally for your stellar performance, tireless effort, and investigation into a nuisance property. Why this is such a big deal. How many calls do you think we've had? Take a little guess. I think it was almost like 312 calls. All 3 of these binders, I've never had this in the 26 years that I've been here as a police officer. Joe, who is not a detective, and actually got a lot of assistance from Ryan, who had to go over there, board up all the time. Him and his crew did an outstanding job. You never get enough credit for that. Bob, you and your inspectors who had weapons pulled on them and have dealt with just nasty people who can't keep their property clean. And this story goes like this. Police Officer Keneally has shown development in investigating the cases that he is assigned. He noticed 3610 and 3612 St. Gregory Lane had been an ongoing problem since 2019 and began an extensive investigation regarding the past occupants and incidents that have taken place within this duplex. This investigation was prepared in a case which was to be presented as a nuisance property within the city of St. Ann. Laws have changed, things happen. We actually brought this, and they say that all of those now must be a civil matter. So getting something to get these under control, it took a long period of time. Police Officer Keneally developed these 3 binders presented here with all the information gathered on this duplex. It should be noted a minimum of 31 separate contacts by the city of Sandy and code enforcement, housing inspectors, street department, and 143 law enforcement contacts since the property has been condemned back on May 12th of 2021, which involved officers writing 24 police reports. That's just for criminal activity. That's a lot of paperwork. 3610, 3612 St. Gregory Lane is a brick duplex located in the city of Sandian. There is a door in the basement, allowing the occupants easy access between the units, thus making the duplex one unit, as the occupants commonly used this door when police arrived to elude arrest. While hiding in the other units, 3610, 3612 was actually owned by a father. We're going to leave his name out. When he was pronounced deceased, his son took over. His son, unfortunately, is a known drug user and frequents CNN, living in dumpsters, on the streets. So not only Joe actually gave a referral to LEAD with Wesley Bell's office, which created that and got that as a grant for, George, what is that?
Law enforcement assisted diverting.
And that is people who have drug or alcohol abuse. And Joe was the first one to give a referral to try to get this guy help. Over and over, Joe, you have done it. I'm passionate about this when I see our officers who still care greatly, even about those who wreak havoc on our community. It shows the man that you are. I'm always passionate about that, and you have no idea how much we care about you. Police Officer Keneally showed initiative in identifying the residents and several occupants that continued to disrupt our residents and utilize law enforcement resources without concern for others. It shows that this officer cares about the well-being of our community and wants to continue to watch it grow in a positive direction. Thank you. And Monica is in the back here. She prepared this, and Luke too in the corner, very good. I see several of our command staff here recognizing you, and speaks volumes about the kind of officer that you are. So we'll give a copy of this to Brooke. You have a copy in here. Here is your commendation. I'm going to shake your hand. You're going to get a standing ovation. Thank you very much. Before I wrap this up, I want to once again, we have a program called Guardian Tracking, and with the permission of the mayor, we're going to talk to the Board of Aldermen and Matt Conley. This Guardian Tracking is actually giving positive kudos to now not only our police department, but I wanted to really thank the mayor and Matt Conley, our city administrator. Never get enough credit, and they are going to help us create this workflow where we can now recognize Brooke, the street department, the city inspectors and all that. So that way they have track, and the board can have track of your employees full time. So Matt, thank you. Mayor, great idea. I really appreciate that. And you as a community now get to look more about what the other civilian positions are doing other than your police department. So thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. Congratulations. Good job, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I say one more thing? Just one more. Thank you.
Also, Joe, don't leave before I get in touch with you.
So I do want to say, thank you, Chief. This is actually for you. So I have a picture. So we were at a gala, and I think you guys need to know this. We were at a gala, and he was getting nominated, and some things didn't go as planned at the gala. But our chief, and you represent service, and we appreciate that, Chief. I took a picture of him pouring water for everybody at the gala because I thought that was very special, right? You didn't have to, but you still served, even though you were getting to be honored that night. And that meant something to me and my husband because we stay in St. Anne, right? And the support of you and just showing who you are as the chief to protect us, that you'll serve wherever you are. That means something, and I think you need to get kudos too. Because every time I see you, you're honoring everybody else, but you are to be honored because only people that know how to lead can have people follow them the way that you have been. So that states to what type of boss and what type of leader you are, right? And we appreciate you leading the way that you lead. And I want you to know that we appreciate you.
Totally.
And thank you. And I have the picture, so we're gonna fill it up. Send that to me with the 2 words and I'll give it right now.
All right. Been quite an evening. All right, as far as I know, there's no closed session, so I'll take a first and second for adjournment, please.
So moved.
Any opposed? All in favor, I forgot to say that.
Aye.
All right, the meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everyone, for coming out tonight. Go.